Constitution and other laws, gross misconduct, and the abuse of office. Allow me to take you through the highlights, to hand you over actually, as the Speaker of the Senate, Honorable Amason Kingi, has already stepped into the chamber this morning to preside over the business of the House. Enjoy your viewing, and remember you can follow up on this live broadcast courtesy of our YouTube channel, that is Senate of Kenya, and KBC Channel 1, and you can also watch these proceedings courtesy of Senate TV on Signet.
Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, tukusihi ututazame kwa neema nyingi na baraka. Sisi watumishi wako ambao umeridhika kutuita kwa nyadhifa za uongozi katika jamhuri hii yetu. Tutakuomba utuwajalie tuyatende na kufikia mambo yote yatakayofikishwa mbele yetu kwa njia ya haki na uaminifu, ili kustawisha amani, ufanisi na heri ya nchi yetu na wale ambao haja zao umezikabidhi mikononi mwetu. Amen. Clerk, do we have quorum? Sergeant at Arms, kindly ring the quorum bell for 10 minutes.
Well, the business of the Senate has just commenced this morning, and upon the commencement we have the quorum bell on ringing mode for senators to make their way into the chamber this morning. For those yet to do that, to allow the House to properly quorate, we need at least 15 senators to commence business this morning at a day when the Senate is commencing the investigations and determination of the impeachment that is facing the governor for Isiolo. The case here being the vindication of the governor upon his defense presentation before the Senate, and the other outcome would be upholding the impeachment by the county assembly, where the governor was impeached by 16 out of 18 members of the county assembly. So in the program for the impeachment this morning, we have the pre-hearing meeting for senators. This is usually a closed session. And our dear viewers, in case you are wondering what happens, during this 1 hour, the Speaker and the Senate legal team will be taking senators through what is termed as the rules of engagement during the impeachment proceedings. The House will be setting the rules of engagement, that is to determine the number of hours that will be given to each and every party. The senators will be taken through the standing orders on matters impeachment, what is to be done, what standing orders are to be observed. And the other issue is the briefing of senators on the charges facing the governor for Isiolo, among others. So this is a session where senators will be retreating into a closed door session to, among others, deliberate and inform senators on the rules of engagement that they are set to follow during this three-day session, where the senators will be hearing the charges leveled against the governor for Isiolo, to help the House come up with a decision by the end of the 10th day of July, whether to throw out the charges facing the governor or to uphold the impeachment by the county assembly of Isiolo. The other thing is that senators will be briefed on the motion that was presented before the Senate on the 17th of June having been laid at the County Assembly on the 18th of June during morning sitting. Exhibits that were laid on the table of the County Assembly during the morning sitting when the House carried out the impeachment proceedings. Certified Hansard reports from that proceedings of the County Assembly of Isiolo, the documents that have been presented before the Senate as evidence from both the Defense Council as well as the council representing the County Assembly of Isiolo. And to just take you through some of the lawyers who will be representing the both parties during this sitting is that the team of advocates for the County Assembly include Dr. Ekuro Okot, Mr. Murigi Eric Murioki, Jamal Abdikadir, Paul Wafula, Kosgei Alvin Kimboi, and Aromo Marion, who is a legal assistant, just to name but a few. A number of witnesses will be coming to testify in the charges facing the governor for Isiolo. The County Assembly has brought a number of witnesses, among them Abubakar Abdi Godana, who is an MCA in the region. There are about 4 MCAs. The others are Lorot Nicholas Ewoton, Peter Losu, and Lemalentile David Ritzirian. Those are MCAs, and Anab Kasim and Abdi Raham Mohammed Ibrahim being the witnesses that will be appearing before the Senate to support the grounds for impeachment by the County Assembly. Among the other lawyers representing the County Assembly are advocates Paul Nyamodi, Alex Mbaya, and Patrick Barasa, as well as Brenda Mwangi. On the side of the governor has lined up over 10 lawyers seeking to defend himself before the Senate in the proceedings that commenced this morning. Among them is lawyers Elisha Ongoya, advocate Eric Theuri, advocate Elias Mutuma, advocate Ruth Kiunga, and Ali Fila as a legal assistant, among others. The witnesses for the governor will be including Mr. Salad Boru Guracha, Habiba Galgalo Jirma, and Honorable Abdinur Dimajilo, as well as Shaban Mzungu. The governor has lined up 5 witnesses whom he'll be relying on to convince senators as to why the charges before the House do not hold any water. A number of documents are already before the Senate. This is following the directive by the Speaker when the House had a special sitting on this matter, where the Speaker directed the clerk of the Senate to furnish the parties involved with the requirements to present documents before the impeachment hearing commences. I want to believe that was on the 4th of July being the deadline, or the 5th or thereabout. Among them is that the Speaker of the Isiolo County Assembly submitted that the actions, this action being the actions of the County Assembly holding sittings and the resolution to kick out the governor, were not actions merely administrative infractions, but severe violations with legal ramifications, including the violation of administrative and employment tools, abuse of office, and criminal offenses, and constitutional institutional breach. These are being some of the grounds that the governor was impeached on by the County Assembly of Isiolo, I quickly want to take you through the charges that the governor for Isiolo County will be seeking to have the Senate not have the threshold upon the conclusion of this process, as during the night of the 10th day of July, the House is required to vote on each and every charge, and we require about 25, not even about, we require at least 25 senators to vote on each charge, where if that threshold is achieved, even on one ground, the governor will be considered to have been impeached by the Senate as well. The charges facing the governor include charge number 1 on the gross violation of the Constitution and other laws, where the governor is said to have grossly violated Section 30, subsection 2K of the County Governments Act by failing to deliver an annual State of the County address for 3 years that he has been in office. The County Assembly proceeds to list that the governor has grossly violated Articles 201, subsection D and E of the Constitution by employing a bloated workforce. This includes the 36 advisors in the office of the governor, 31 chiefs, these being chief officers, yet the county has only 6 departments, 2 deputy county secretaries whose positions are not known in law. The other charge that the governor will be seeking to debunk is the charge facing him on matters to do with abuse of office. The speaker is on the mic. Well, that is an extra 10 minutes given by the Speaker per the House standing orders on matters quorum, where senators are expected to make their way into the chamber this morning for the House to raise quorum, to commence the hearing and determination of the charges facing the governor for Isiolo County. Before I handed you over back to the chamber, I was just telling you about charge number 2 facing the governor for Isiolo, the charge being abuse of office. The County Assembly, during its hearing and determination of the impeachment motion that was tabled before the County Assembly, listed the ground on abuse of office as one of the grounds or an impeachable offense by the governor. And the County Assembly has stated that the governor has engaged in acts and omissions which singularly and collectively amount to abuse of office and gross violation of, among others, Articles 201, 232 of the Constitution, and Sections 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, subsection 1 and 35 of the Leadership and Integrity Act of 2012, by appointing 36 advisors to the office of the governor. This is contrary to the Salaries and Remuneration Commission SRC circular dated on the 29th day of July 2013 and 6th of September 2013, issuing the guidelines from the Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee, which limits the maximum number of advisors to 3. So according to the County Assembly, the appointment of 36 senators is in contravention with that law. The appointment of 31 chief officers instead of 18, which are provided for in the county executive staff establishment of July 2022, yet the county government has only 6 departments. So according to the County Assembly, this is a bloated workforce and goes against the required establishment of 18, with the current number being 31. The County Assembly also has indicated that the governor has appointed chief officers under 2-year contracts, and thus creating a climate of fear and uncertainty, which reduces public servants to be servants of the governor and not the servants of the people. And this, according to the County Assembly, is contrary to Article 73, subsection 1B of the Constitution. The governor is also alleged to have failed to renew contracts of 31 chief officer. Instead, the governor directed that the chief officers handed over to the county executive committee members, significantly affecting the continuity of service delivery in the County Assembly. And finally, the appointment of 2 deputy county secretaries. These are the positions not known in law and are not in the county staff establishment. The other charge, the last charge, that the governor and his defense team, as well as the witnesses, will be seeking to have the Senate not find the charge holding water, is charge number 3 on gross misconduct, where the governor is accused of making disrespectful, sexist and demeaning statements against Senator Fatuma Dulo. This is the governor, this is the senator for Isiolo County. These disrespectful and demeaning remarks were made publicly, and that are not only meant to denigrate and degrade her as a woman leader, and thus violating the right to her dignity. According to the County Assembly, the governor for Isiolo did not demonstrate in his utterances the respect for the people and public officers, as well as bring dignity and maintain public confidence in the office that he holds, breaching public trust by making divisive and derogatory and discriminatory remarks against other clans residing in Isiolo County, and thus undermining the public confidence in the integrity of his office, as well as so